Hey, good morning, beetles and butterflies. I just wanted to come on here and just talk about healing, right? And I wanted to talk about healing because there's a lot to go along with healing. Things that you don't expect, people that you think will be happy for you, etc., etc. Flat, flat, baby. Flat, flat. So healing is great, right? You technically think that people will be happy for you when you enter into this new space of being, right? Being happy, being whole, being healed. Unfortunately, a lot of times that's not the case. What you will find out is that people who you thought would be around are no longer around. Why? Because they used your grief and sadness for their gain, right? Not that they're gaining things, but it made them feel superior, feel happy internally. And they would never say that you're grieving, because the more you are sad, the more you are grieving, the more you need other people. But when you enter into your own healing space, unfortunately, people can't handle that. Why? Because you, quote unquote, don't need them in the same aspect that you once did, right? So now you're not depending on them for constant encouragement. You're not depending on them to get you through to the next day. You're not depending on them for your happiness, right? You're not depending on them to be there consistently, right? Because now you're walking into your own flat flap. You're walking into your own flat flap. You're happy. You're not in that space of constantly needing and gravitating to people who could, quote unquote, help you or give you a divine word, a prophetic word, an intuitive message, right? You're on your own. You're dependent on you. You've tapped into the God within. You've tapped into the God within you. And you and the God within you have become one. And now you're independent, right? You no longer need, quote unquote, a word, because the God within you gives you everything that you need, and you don't have to reach out to an outside source, i.e. people, i.e. friends, i.e. your pastor, i.e. a prophet, whomever, whatever, right? And people don't like that. So people who you thought were your friend, and they were probably, right? Kind of move on out the way, because now they don't feel superior to you, because you've gotten your footing, your ground, and you're stable mentally. You're stable in your finances. Your happiness doesn't depend on other people, and people can't handle that, because now you don't need them, and people want to feel needed, especially people who have low self-esteem or low self-worth. Like, your demise was their gain. Your demise was their happiness. Your demise was their self-esteem. I'm just saying. So people kind of like shoosh on out the way, right? And I don't know if it's, excuse my dog, y'all. I don't know if it's an internal thing. I don't know if it's something that's, quote unquote, psychological. I just know people need to feel needed. And a lot of times when they don't feel needed anymore, they kind of move on out the way. But to me, a friend, right? Someone that really cares about you, wants you to be healed, wants you to be happy, wants you to be healthy, and they will stick around and they will cheer you on because they're excited for you, and they're not jealous of you. So a lot of times we have to check our friend circle, because if our friend circle isn't cheering for us when we are, when we've moved on past that grief stage, unhealthy stage, then I don't know. I don't know. Are they really your friend? And sometimes it's not even your friend, but it could be someone that you're sleeping with, right? Sleeping with the enemy. I'm just saying. So I encourage you to heal. I encourage you to be healthy. I encourage you um, to live your best life. Okay? I totally encourage you to do that. But keep in mind, when you become independent, when you're moving in the things that God, the universe, source energy has purposed you to be in, then you have to understand that a lot of people who walked with you previously won't walk with you to complete your assignment. Some people are there for a season. Some people are there for the long haul. And it's okay. It's okay. So don't wear your clothes so tight, okay? Don't wear your clothes so tight that you can't let them fall off. In other words, don't be so attached to people, places, and things that you can't allow yourself to grow. Now, once you lose some of these people who you thought were your friends, you're going to go through a grieving process, okay? I give myself 48 hours to grieve, right? I'm a kick, scream, cry, cuss, whatever. But I am not going to carry that thing for weeks, for years, and for a lifetime. Baby, life is too short for you to constantly be grieving someone who's not grieving you. Flat, flat, baby. Flat, 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 flat. Why am I going to grieve someone that's not grieving me? Why am I going to give someone that time, that space, and that energy when they don't care about me? I'm not. I'm not. Whether it's family, friends, whomever. Now, I'm going to grieve me, but I'm also going to do something about what's going on in my life. Flat, flat, that's a flat, flat. That's an amen. Flat, flat means amen. I agree. Flat, flat, I'm with you. Flat, flat, yes, girl. Flat, flat, say it. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. So I want you to understand that as you begin to walk in your freedom, because healing, healthiness is freedom, right? It means that you don't allow others to dictate your circumstances in your life. You don't. Why Why would you allow people who don't even have their own shit together to dictate who you are and what you can do? I know grown ass people who will sneak a drink, like alcohol, a drink, because they don't want other people to know. But you're grown. You're grown. You can do what you want. So to me, that's not freedom. Being free is being able to be your authentic self anytime, any place, anywhere. Now, there's a time and a place to act accordingly depending on the situation, right? So if you're at the White House, there's certain things you're not going to do. If you're at a fluff party, there's certain things that you're not going to do. However, you can still be you, right? So don't allow people to dictate, one, your health, right? Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. And don't allow people to hinder your freedom. You have one life to live. And I want you to live it accordingly. So I gave you a lot of nuggets in under 15 minutes. So I hope that you will live according. And I have to give you this, that when you're healthy and when you're walking in freedom, you can live on purpose and do great exploits in the earth. You can. So I hope that I have encouraged you today. I hope that I have helped you today. I have some ebooks that you can buy according to what you're going through, whether it's business, whether it's healing, whether it's moving on from an abusive relationship. So I'm going to drop the link in the description as well. You can check out my website, and make sure you tune in to Preachers X's of Houston. We're premiering July 26th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, my name is Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. And if you want to donate to my cause, which is healing, health, love, and business, please do so. Money sign 1844 BADDASS. Money sign 1844 BADDASS, and that's my Cash App. Love you guys. Thank you.